Perhaps stronger for it, and that campaign begins right now. Maxey right into a three and knocks it down. Tyrese Maxey, that was last season, shot it at just under 43% from three after he was at 30% his rookie year.
And he was lights out since the All-Star break.
Oh, what a delivery. Irving, his three-point attempt. Maxey will pull up again and knock down another three.
Step up on that, man, because that's exactly what he does. She's consistent from there, and speaking of pushing the pace, that's the type of tempo they will play at when Maxey is pushing the point.
Gorgeous look from Simmons to Harris. Was short again, but Claxton there. Joe Harris missed the final 68 games last season as Maxey has 8 points early for Philadelphia. Irving, great look. Simmons, the flush in transition.
The optionality Steve Nash has with who he can use where, but the size of Ben Simmons, they utilize Simmons to his strengths.
And Steve Nash has talked so much. Here is Maxey, not that time. Durant comes up with a rebound. Nets looking to push. Irving feeds Claxton to the rim. Thus far, 0 for 3 elsewhere on the floor. Irving with 3 early assists. Here's Harris, the mismatch, and Tobias able to finish it.
There's a lot of pieces here that you can understand why fans in Philadelphia are very excited about what this group can do this season.
Simmons, excellent look. O'Neal just checked in and knocks down the three. Scored pass from Simmons, and O'Neal brings exactly that.
And when we talk about shooting, Royce O'Neal, one of those individuals.
Royce O'Neal, we can also thank for maybe the greatest media, I don't want to say rants, but
you talk about the time spent off coming also back from a major back surgery, how he will look, how he'll be able to move on the defensive end, something to keep an eye out for.
Easy money there for Kevin.
And that's the hope. And again, it's the anticipation considering that he's essentially been off for 2 seasons. Well, of course, he was putting up some monster numbers, but even the seasons prior, not just with Indiana, but what he was doing in Phoenix.
That record.
Extraordinary. Extraordinary to see these individuals do such special things of which they pour their heart into.
Tobias Harris knocks down a three, and Phil Maxey, 12 points, 3 of 4 from the floor. Maxey lobbing it up, and Reed puts it down. Tyree.
And I think the fun thing to watch, too, even when James Harden came over.
And Melton knocks down a three.
Just their ability to play along early on, but the things that he had learned from Harden and to continue to watch those two grow together and what Maxey can learn from him.
Simmons, take a little hook shot, can't get it to go. Claxton finds Simmons cutting, and he will dump that one in. Maxey, pull-up jumper, he's good. That's 14 points. And
2 is just taking those shots, but also playing within the strengths. I think you talked about that. Steve Nash has talked about this, his teammate.
Another thing to check the box on here in his return. Okay, you've played against that uniform once at least.
That's part of it, and it steps, and obviously.
Mills, Sharp, Durant, and O'Neal. Irving, my goodness, what a move. Kyrie Irving stopping on a dime.
Minutes. Steve Nash talked about it before the game, said all these starters will probably play a little less than 20 minutes. Those things, and I think the interesting for all of us to watch is how does the offense look different? We know there's different parts and pieces, but systematic.
That's really happy with what they've seen from Sharp, at least in his offseason development.
It's going to be hard given the amount of players, personnel.
Niang hits a three.
That will need time, but Ben Simmons at the 5. But Daron Chopper, I think, is going to be a key component to see what he can add and what he can do. And he's trimmed down some. I mean, he's put a ton of work this summer. He's spent the whole summer in Brooklyn.
Philadelphia can't miss from 3. 7 of
Nets utilize different combinations, and a big reason why they do want to play fast and want to push, because they got a team that could run.
And acting sort of as that second unit point guard
option, but also Patty, Royce, and Joe, who can all stretch you out, and that allows for Simmons to be at his best as we see him here in this mid-post area.
Simmons elevates, can't finish it, and Niang the rebound. In the corner, Joe knocks down the three. That is the 8th three of the quarter for Philadelphia. Simmons gives it up. Little bunch there between O'Neal and Sharp. O'Neal and Simmons bunched as well. Harris couldn't hit from the corner, and it's out of bounds off O'Neal, but it'll stay here as Korkmaz got into the back of Royce O'Neal.
And you like the creation, and Royce O'Neal, you think about him as a more of a 3-and-D guy and what he can do on the defensive side of the ball and his proficiency to shoot threes, but he's showing more of a creation here, and even early on, first quarter of a preseason game, but his ability to play off the pick and roll, put it on the bounce, do a little bit more with it than just a spot-up type of a shooter. And I think he's, you talk about players to keep an eye on, players to be excited about. You look at his resume, I think he's someone that's going to be a great add for this team. An undrafted guy, played 2 seasons in Europe. He really made a name for himself with the Jazz and just coming in and doing the work. A glue guy, able to hit shots in the postseason. But for an individual in his 6th year now, 29 years old, he's still got a lot of room to grow and a lot that he can add to this group.
Harrell working Sharp, couldn't finish it the first time, but did the second.